Good morning, ladies. I am so sorry it took me a minute to get this video together. My life has just been really hectic, but in a good way. I wanted to put together the video where I talked about what I did and didn't buy for the surgery. I had a tummy tuck with, lipo, muscle repair, hernia repair. Let's see. I had that on June the 8th. Obviously, I had Seductions with Dr. True. And today I am 6 weeks post-op. So let's get started. I researched heavily when I decided I wanted to get a tummy tuck. And I was like, oh my gosh, all these girls are saying that I have to buy like hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of like stuff for recovery. Like this has to be like insane. Like why are they buying all this stuff? So let me just tell you, ladies, if you're simple like me, don't go overboard. There's no point for you to buy that stuff, use it for 2 to 3 weeks, and never need to use it again. Do not buy a recliner. Don't rent a recliner. There's literally no point. Plus, you don't know who sat on it, who's been on it. It's not like you can take all the material off and like wash it thoroughly. And if it's leather, like you have to wash it with leather cleaner, because if you put Clorox wipes on it or Lysol, it'll just break down the material and make it crack too much. Don't do it. Those huge wedges that people put on the bed to have them recline one way, have their feet up another way, what is the point? One of my dear friends, she's a nurse. She told me the reason why you have on those compression socks is in case your feet aren't elevated, you don't get a blood clot, right? So I kept that in mind. I kept my compression socks on. You only need your compression socks for 10 days. 10 days. That's it. Anything more, you're just being dramatic. I'm sorry. I have to be the person to tell you. You do not need your compression socks on for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. After 10 days, you do no longer need your compression socks. And that is a registered nurse who told me that. You no longer need them. So for me, for my bed situation, I have a bed that has an adjustable head and base. But if I did not, like when I was staying in the Airbnb, so I did not have an adjustable head and base, I used some pillows to prop me up in the back, and I used a pillow to slightly elevate my feet, and I kept on my compression socks. That was it, ladies. Didn't have to buy those expensive wedges. I didn't need to buy a recliner. Nothing. Also, I see girls are buying so much stuff for when it comes to like wound care and all this other I've seen girls buying stuff that made no sense. They're buying vitamins and multivitamins, and the multivitamin has the same ingredients as the other supplement or vitamin that they just bought to go along with it. It's too much. So I told you guys I use my Heal Fast supplements, the pre and post-op. I use those. I made sure I took my iron pills. You just had a major surgery. You want to make sure that your red blood cells, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It says vital for red blood cell formation. You want to make sure you keep your red blood cells up after you just had a traumatic surgery like that. I was taking that a month before, and I was taking them, I'm still taking them afterwards. Only because I want to make sure my red blood cells are high, even though I no longer need them. Triple antibiotic ointment. This is going to be your best friend. Keep this. Put it on, not generously. Like, saturate it. Saturate it. After you get out to the shower or you change your gauze. Sorry. This is what you need. This. Not Neosporin. This. I was also taking arnica to help with the swelling, the bruising, the stiffness. You take it every 2 hours, I think that's what they say. Yeah, every 2 hours until the pain goes away. I just remember that I took it every time I took any type of medication. Because sometimes you forget, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't take it all the time, but if I felt like I was getting really swollen, like it was hurting, I would take these, and within like 20 minutes, I was just like, I'm good. Definitely take these before your massage. Definitely. If you can find arnica tea, drink that as well. Now, I did drink ginger tea all day. That probably made a big difference as far as like swelling. Like I was swollen because I had a surgery. I wasn't I didn't experience how some girls like, oh my gosh, like it just hurts so bad. I'm so big. I never had those problems. I stayed on top of my water, my pineapple juice, and my ginger tea. Obviously, these arnica tablets as well. One thing I did buy was a shower chair, and I'll insert that picture below, because you know, you just had surgery, you get winded, and it was hard trying to stand up. I tried to be like Billy Badass the first day that I got home, and tried to stand up in the shower so I could shower, bathe myself. Yeah, no, you're still winded. I came home on day 7. You're still winded. Get the shower chair, sis. Or get a lawn chair if it sits up high enough and you don't have to like stoop down or squat down to sit into it. Because some girls don't want to buy the shower chair. Get a lawn chair. Whatever chair can be wet enough, fit in your shower, put that in there. It's going to be your best friend. My mother happened to have one of those things that you see like elderly people have that goes over the toilet with the handlebars and the seats raised. Because my dad had back surgery a couple years back, so she still had that. So she bought another like little toilet seat thingy for me and brought that over. That was my best friend, because unless you have a special toilet that sits up really high, like really high, no one toilet sits up that high naturally without you having to buy like one of those like specialty made ones. I have a standard toilet, so even though I'm short, the first like, child, I didn't stop using that until I was like 3 weeks. Trying to get down there hurts. So I had that as well. And I also had a little walker. I'll insert all the pictures of that below. I also had a little walker, only because I want to stay active, and it's hard to stay active when you take a couple steps and you're winded, or you take a couple of steps and then your back is starting to tighten up. So I bought the walker that had the seat on it, so then like when I was kind of tired, I just threw the brakes on and I sat down. I was able to catch my breath. I was able to kind of finish doing what I needed to do to get some energy, and then I stood up and started walking with it again. And then I had a box, or I have a box full of medical supplies. So my mom, again, my dad had the surgery on his back, so she had a box full of medical supplies. The only thing that I needed on a regular was the, let me go grab that, because it's easier for me to just explain it to you than for me to show it to you than for me to explain it. So, Nonstick Pads, because the last thing you want is to put that antibiotic ointment on there, put a gauze pads on a wound that's healing, and then try to peel it off, and you're peeling off the scab. Don't do it. This every day, all day. I also bought these as well, because I was like getting like really grossed out about like not being able to shower as often. And I'm the type of person who takes 3 to 4 showers a day, because if I get sweaty, I can't deal with it. So I bought these as well to put over those nonstick pads. So if I'm taking a shower and it's my second shower, third shower, and it's not the shower that I need to actually like dress or clean my wounds or whatever, that kept it waterproof, that kept it on there as well. I don't have a lot of stuff in here. These are also some type of sterilized pads. I like these because this is what I put on my belly button. This part here is the gauze, and around it is like a plastic Band-Aid, like a clear Band-Aid. So it went right on the skin, no problem. Never pulled or tugged at my skin. You can get those at like, I don't know where you guys are located, obviously, but around here we have like medical stores, and you can get these little sterilized pads out of the medical stores. Like, ask like anybody you know who's elderly, like, hey, like, where'd you buy your walker? Where'd you buy your cane? 9 times out of 10 came out of a medical supply store, and they do have these. So get those as well. I did use this from time to time the first week that I came out, just to kind of hold things in place, but I found it more irritating on my skin. I don't know why, because it doesn't have latex in it. I have a latex allergy, but this was really, really itchy, so I stopped doing this. I just wore my, what do they call that thing? That compression band that they give you. I wore that with these and this right here. This didn't irritate my skin. So I would wrap up in these little white cotton gauze bandages. This helped me a lot. I don't know what it was about the brown one, but it made my skin really itchy. Yeah, so I did that. I cleaned my wounds 3 times a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, only because I'm crazy like that and I wanted to stay on top of it. So if that seems like it's too much for you guys, then by all means, do what makes you happy, sis. I'm just letting you know what I did. By day 5, I got my drain taken out. Day 6, post-op, I flew home, did my blood thinner, or not blood thinner, the one for clots. I did that shot before I got on the plane. And day 7, I was home, sleeping in my bed. It was a little bit difficult to get in there, so I used one of my kids' little step stools to kind of give me that leverage because my bed's a little bit high. And just crawled in really slow and adjusted the bed, pillows, stuff like that, to get in my bed. And I've been sleeping in my bed ever since. I have been walking upright since I got my drain out because the drain was hurting me. It was making me hunch over. It was painful. It was kind of pulling too. I also noticed that the Heal Fast tablets was really making me heal fast. So by day 5, my drain, once you get your drain, you'll see. But the white part on the drain that should be very much inside your body was already out. It was already coming out, and I kept trying to shove it back in. But my body was healing, and it was pushing the drain out. So that was kind of cool to, notice. Let me see. But yeah, that's really it. I kept it super simple. Stock up on these if you have Walgreens or CVS, or if you're in Miami, Navarro, stock up on these because you're going to be using this like crazy. Just don't get little pea size. Get you some on there. Lather it on there. Oh, I also got gloves, sterilized gloves, because I didn't want to just be using my hands and stuff like that. But that was it. This was at CVS. It was buy one, get one. But they were only 10 bucks. Amazon, 8 bucks. This was a 2-pack, so 10 bucks. The shower chair, 30. The walker, 60. I did Google to see how much that little assistant chair thing was. 60. And then the little Steri pads, the Nonstick, those were $5.99. I'm not trying to spend all this money. I've seen girls' videos where, and then they have 2 suitcases. I bought everything in a carry-on luggage. That's another thing, ladies. We flew Southwest, carry-on luggage. Didn't have all that extra. I was not paying for bags. I wasn't packing for the world. You pack for what you need. Because you buy all this stuff, you get home, you heal, and then you have all the stuff in your house and you're trying to figure out, what the heck? Makes no sense. Another thing I did spend money on was, obviously, the fajas. My problem with fajas is it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all type thing. You have your small, medium, large, extra large, you go up like that. I wasn't able to find the fajas that had the shorter legs, the ones that kind of fit like a bikini cut, that were latex free. That was my problem, finding them that were latex free. The doctor told me, the anesthesiologist told me, Maria, who did my massage, also told me, because I have a latex allergy, my recovery was going to be a little more difficult. Just because I can't wear the garments that, the garment they provided me, I couldn't wear it, made me itch, had latex in it. So I had to do a lot of research and get no or non-latex fajas. Or I think one of the Colombian stores I found, she said it's called Power Net, so it had no latex in it. I loved it. My thing is, I have really big thighs, and I have a nice size thing going on back there, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So the faja would be like cutting into me because my thighs are so big. So I hate them. I actually have a waist trainer about to be delivered today, or not a waist trainer, I'm sorry, a corset that's on its way right now, because wearing the fajas, when I first got my faja, I was an extra large, wasn't bad. Now I'm down to a large. It sucks because now my thighs are being like squished, and like when I take it off, I have like deep lines in me, and like it's rubbing my skin raw. The large is starting to get a little loose, so the next size to go to is a medium. I put the medium on, can't get it past my thighs. And I refuse to look like a bus can of biscuits because I wanted to have something that fits me in my waist, but my thighs are being squeezed and they just look like they're oozing out. So fajas are a little expensive. The Power Net fajas, for you ladies that have a latex allergy like me as well, they are like $95. I actually have this one right here. They're like $95. They are good fajas. Unfortunately, I have only been able to wear them for like 2 weeks at a time before I go down to another size. So I have fajas that I've worn for only 2 weeks that now I have to just trash. So that part sucks, because there's not a community where girls are washing and shipping out their fajas or selling them for like a super discounted price. If there is, you guys let me know, because I have a medium that I literally only put on, can't even fit. I have a large I've only worn for 2 weeks. I have two extra larges I've only worn for 2 weeks. So now I'm just kind of like, your foam boards. I don't know how I forgot about that. Your ab boards. Ab board. Mine bows, because I'm always like doing stuff like bending and whatever. But it does its job. When I take it off at the end of the day, I'm flat as a board. Even though I've been bending and jumping and running and playing with my kids. I have 2 dogs and I have a pig, so I'm very active. You have to be, because oh my gosh, you'll go crazy. So that's that. I didn't buy sideboards because I didn't see the point. Maybe I might buy them down the line, maybe not. I personally didn't see the point because your sides are like sensitive still. Like I'm 6 weeks today, and my sides, when I get massages, if it's massaged too rough, my sides still hurt. It's kind of like a sharp, annoying pain. It's like, okay, I don't like what that pressure feels. Like, I could touch it. I have no issue, but here, I'll show you, ladies. This is my scar. Again, 6 weeks. It would look so much better if I did not have these huge freaking stretch marks. But hey, it's the cards that were dealt, and I'm just going to ride with it. But this scar, super flat. Super flat. I do have what I thought was dog ears, but when I push it, I can feel the fluid. Sorry, I know the way I was angled, like my stomach was really big, but here you go, ladies. This is me waking up in the morning, not sleeping with a faja, because it was cutting my leg, so this is me, no faja. This camera angle's not the best. But yes, and again, remember I told you ladies, don't pick at your scars, your scabs, because I did. And now I have this weird discoloration because it healed without the scab on it versus these that healed with the scab on it. So I haven't started scar cream. I probably won't because I don't see the point in hiding a scar. Kind of crazy. But yeah. Oh, and my belly button that I have to get used to because I always had an innie. So this in-betweeny outie thing really freaks me out. But yes, this is how I look. Not sleeping with a faja or no type of compression. Not wanting to sleep with it because it's annoying. But that's it, ladies. Oh, sorry, I'm all over the place. This ab board was $11.99. But yeah, that's it. I didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. I may have spent maybe $250 on all my supplies. And these are all things that I absolutely needed. Didn't do any more, didn't do nothing less. But if you have any questions, if you think of something that you're like, oh, I seen somebody else in a video buy XYZ, just put it in the comments and I'll let you know, like, yeah, I think it'd be good to have, or don't do it. 'Cause a lot of stuff girls are buying, you go look at their videos later, and they're like, oh, I bought all this stuff, and I didn't even use, 80% of it. Do you really want to spend all that money on a surgery, and then all that money for your lymphatic massages, and have all that money sitting around in your house that you haven't used? No, you don't. So there's that. Your lymphatic massages are very important. I got my 10 that they recommended, but I really still want to go back for some more, so we'll see. I do my massages at home as well, or my husband does them for me. I like going to the place and getting them done with the ultrasound and the red light. I really feel like it made a difference, but at the same time, I do my massages at home, and we're just going to leave it at that and see how it works out. So if I decide to get more, I'll let you know. If you guys live in the Bay Area, so like Tampa Bay area, Lakeland, that area, I went to Tampa Lymphatic Massages. It's in Tampa, obviously. And they have a deal. You can do 5 massages for $350 or 10 massages for $650. And they are 45-minute massages. They do provide you arnica tea or tablets if you need them. Wonderful, wonderful place. I'll tag them below. You'll love it. I promise you. But yeah, that's kind of what things look like right now. I am going to insert some pictures below so you guys can see how I look. For 6 weeks, I'm going to get a bathing suit too. I don't have a bathing suit to kind of show off how I look. Only because I really want this swelling to finish going down, especially on my sides. But the corset will definitely bring that in together, so I'm not even worried. And I had other girls messaging me who've had surgery before, and they're like, girl, that's normal. Those sides will go down in 6 months, so stop rushing yourself. So I'm no longer rushing myself. You ladies, don't feel pressure. Don't rush yourself. The healing process is just that, a process. It does not happen overnight. There's still certain things that if I do it, it feels weird. So just be gentle to yourself, ladies. Bye.